Hey guys, I'm back with a top 5, and this time we're looking at the year 2022. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a good one today. I'm the movie ranker, and today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 films from 2022. I think I've seen 64 in total at this point. Got most of the ones off my watch list, so I figured I'd share with you my top 5. I've done a live ranking of when I was at like 50 some movies back in December, but my list has changed a bit, so I'm going to give you my top 5. 2022 was a year where we started to see a return to normal with theaters and with movies after the pandemic. 2020 and 2021 were pretty lackluster years, but this year seemed like we got back to normal. It was a great year for horror. And yeah, it's just a great year overall. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. So to kick things off at number 5, I have Violent Night. This one was just so much fun, had really old school vibes to it, like 80s vibes. It's basically Die Hard, but you replace McClane with Santa Claus. This rich family is being taken hostage, and these robbers come in and everything. It just so happens that Santa is doing his deliveries at this time, and he gets involved, and he certainly kicks ass. I mean, David Harbour really embraces the role of Santa Claus. He has all the charm and wit, and it even has some heartfelt moments, even though it gets pretty violent at times. There's a really cool scene that is kind of referring to Home Alone. You'll know it when you see it, and it's just perfect. I absolutely loved it. Um, some characters in here, most of them are assholes, but they get what they deserve. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this flick. Beverly D'Angelo is the mother or the grandmother in this. Wow, have she aged since National Lampoon's Vacation? But yeah, she's great as well as the rest of the cast. And this is just a really fun time with Santa Claus kicking ass. Up next at number 4, we got The Northmen. This was the latest movie from Robert Eggers, and maybe my favorite movie of his. This one was right up my alley. It's visually stunning. The cinematography is insane. Looks really beautiful. The action is really bloody and intense in your face when we do get it. Great camera work around the action as well. And it's just a great story about a guy trying to avenge his father. His uncle ends up killing his father and pretty much ruining his life. So he goes into exile basically and comes back as this unknown Viking, weaves his way into his uncle's crew and starts really messing with them, taking them out, and it's just really awesome to see, this revenge tale. We get great cast in here as well. We got our main guy is a Skarsgård. I think he's one of the Skarsgård brothers. He's great. Anya Taylor-Joy, I love her in everything, and this is no exception. And even Nicole Kidman really surprised me in her role in this. It's bloody, it's visceral, it's everything you want in this type of movie, and I absolutely enjoyed it. Up next at number 3, we got Top Gun Maverick. Now, this one was such a breath of fresh air. It came out of nowhere. I didn't think nothing of it when it was announced. I'm not the biggest fan of the original Top Gear. I think it's okay, or Top Gun, I should say, not Top Gear. But I think the original is okay, but nothing special really. But this one really is special. Uh, they did this legacy sequel so well. Tom Cruise comes back and it deals with his age, but his character really grows, since the first movie. And I love how we get Goose's son in here and how him and Maverick don't really get along due to the events of the first movie, what happened to Goose himself. So I think that's a whole lot of fun watching all that happen and play out. And we actually get a mission this time. The first movie is more like training and, we have a little battle here and there. But this movie, you got a mission, there's stakes. Um, it, it's really high intention once we get into that mission. And the way it's shot is shot beautifully. You get these jets, like real live jets, no CGI or nothing, and it just looks beautiful. They're using the sun as their lighting, something we don't see too often nowadays, and The cinematography is just off the chain in this film. It got great action, epic finale, and it really made me a fan of Top Gear. A Top Gun. Why do I keep saying Top Gear? Coming in the second place at number 2, we got Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Another complete surprise. Didn't expect this one to be that great. Best movie in the entire Shrek franchise, if you ask me. It just hits you in the feels. It got lots of emotion, great characters. They're all fleshed out really nicely. The comedy all lands. Uh, the villains, there's multiple villains, but they're all handled very well. And the wolf as a villain is one of the best villains we ever got in cinema. Definitely the best villain we got in animation since the 90s, I'd say, like since Scar, perhaps. It's just so freaking good. He literally makes your skin crawl when he comes on screen. And this is a kids movie, like epic, man. There's things they do too in this film I didn't expect for a kids movie. Like you actually see blood. You get a bunch of swearing that gets bleeped out from one of our characters you don't expect it to come from. And the whole thing just sets up a movie that nobody expected to really do anything. They all thought it was going to be mediocre like me, but it just came out of the gates as one of the best animated films we got in the last 20 years. It really is that good. It don't overdo it with the music. It does it just right. Everybody brings it, from Antonio Banderas to Salma Hayek. Great voice acting. There's nothing wrong with this movie, man. The finale is super epic. There's parts that make you teary-eyed. There's parts that have you holding your stomach laughing. It's the full package. I highly recommend to anybody to watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Even if you're an adult, you'll sure to find some good in here. And the animation, man. There's, at times, it's regular DreamWorks animation, but then when the action scenes come in, they do it like the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse style, which is really cool, really unique. This film just has so much to offer, and I'm begging you to check it out. Before I get into my number 1, here's a few honorable mentions. Scream, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, The Menu, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now getting into my number 1 movie of 2022 is Prey, the newest movie in the Predator franchise, which is actually a prequel to all the movies. This was just so damn good. Huge Predator fan here, and this was so damn good, man. I loved it. I've watched it 7 times in just a few months after its release. I liked it that much. There's so many cool scenes. We get this feral predator who has a little bit of a different look than we've seen before, but he's brutal as ever. He has really cool old school gadgets. I love how he utilizes them too, fighting off like the French or all these animals in the movie. The animal scenes when he's hunting and moving up the food chain, I think that is so underrated, so cool, something we never seen before. Since this is the first predator to ever come to Earth, he has to figure out who's on the top of the food chain, and I thought that was just super clever. Naru makes a badass final girl. I absolutely love her. She's tough, but she still has her flaws. We get that epic bear fight where she's hiding and the predator kills the bear and the blood's running all down him when he's invisible and you can start to see him. So freaking epic and cool. There's so much to this movie that I absolutely love. The only little nitpick I have, and it doesn't affect my rating all that much, is the ending, how she kills the predator. I thought that could have been tightened up a little bit better because he was already tricked in that way. Like, she kills him with his own helmet targeting him, but earlier in the film we see that already happens to him, and he should have figured that out the second time around. But besides that, I freaking love everything about this movie, from the cinematography, again, going through the woods and everything. This is filmed in Alberta, and it looks freaking stunning. The landscapes, the characters. Of course, we get this, her tribe don't believe in her and figure she's a woman. She should just be a gatherer, not a hunter. But, she really proves herself, and I love that. And it makes an epic finale with her battling the predator and using her wits to outsmart him. Great kick-ass film. My second favorite. in the franchise right after the original. It's that good, and I am down for any more of these side story Predator movies. Like, whether you want to drop them in with Viking times or in samurai times, I'm completely down. I'm always down for a new Predator movie, and Hulu really showed that you don't need this massive, big budget to do it. You just need a lot of talent. And yeah, Prey easily comes in the first place for 2022. So there you have it, guys. There's my top 5 films from 2022 and a few honorable mentions. Hope you enjoyed it. I want you guys to let me know what's your 5 favorite movies from this year down in the comment section. I will eventually make my way through different years. They might not be in order, but I will start to do more of these top 5s for you, top 5 movies lists for you guys, because they're uh not too hard for me to put out since I already watched all these films. I'm working on different things like Batman ranking and stuff like that, but there's 11 films in that franchise, so takes a little bit of time to watch all those and come up with my placements. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed it. You can follow me on Letterboxd, Instagram, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this type of content. And that's all I got for you guys today. And until next time, thanks for watching.